Hey friends, Joel's back with another reasoning video, and today I'm going to be sharing something I read in the Oracle of Yirmiyahu, and it's very fitting, paralleling what's going on in the world right now, maybe what a lot of sentiment people might be having in terms of current events, the political stage, misinformation in the media, you know, and just this prolonged era.
Come now and let us reason together. Come now, we can talk it over.
So this is chapter 12 from the Oracles of Yirmiyahu, or Jeremiah in the English, and it starts out, "Righteous are you, O Yahweh, when I plead with you. Yet, let me talk with you of judgment. Wherefore does the ways of the wicked prosper? Are all they happy that deal very treacherously?" Right? And that totally parallels what we're seeing going on in the world today. Let's go on. "You have planted them. Yea, they have taken root. They grow. Yea, they bring forth fruit. You are near in their mouth and far from their reigns." So we see that wickedness has established itself. We see that it's flourishing, or it looks that way, right? While they might talk nicely, they might say nice things to get people on their side, we see that how they direct their path, where they're headed, is totally not in line with divine justice. And Yirmiyahu continues his plea, "But you, Yahweh, know me. You have seen me and tried my heart towards you. Pull them out like sheep for the slaughter and prepare them for the day of slaughter." So he's crying out for justice. He's seeing things going wrong in the world, right? And we're all seeing things wrong in the world, and we're crying out, where is divine justice? When is it coming? How long, he continues, shall the land mourn, and the herbs of every field wither, for the wickedness of them that dwell therein? The beasts are consumed, and the birds, because they said, he shall not see our last end, right? They think they're getting away with it. And moving down to verse 6, he even says, "For even your brethren and the house of your father, even they have dealt treacherously with you." So even the people professing to be, you know, religious, the institutions, be it Judeo-Christian or whatever religion, right? Even they are perverting information, right? Even they are kind of hiding the truth and pretending like this isn't a big deal, just move on and everything's okay, blah, 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 right? "Yea, they have called a multitude after you. Believe them not, though they speak fair words unto you." So here he is talking as if it was Yahweh God. He says, "I have forsaken my house. I have left my heritage." So it looks like God doesn't even care about, you know, religion. He doesn't care about not only truth, but he doesn't care about sacred knowledge, the innermost trans-dimensional, transformative, higher dimensional realms, if you will, however you want to put it. He doesn't even care about people talking about that in a perverted way. "I have given the dearly beloved of my soul into the hand of her enemies." And it's very funny because the authorized version even uses the word in translation, "many pastors." Now that word pastors refers to shepherds. That's what the word really means. But it's funny that it should use that word. "Pastors have destroyed my vineyard. They have trodden my portion underfoot. They have made my pleasant portion a desolate wilderness. They have made it desolate, and being desolate, it mourneth unto me. The whole land is made desolate, because no man layeth it to heart." I'm just going to continue reading on for a bit. "The spoilers are come upon all high places through the wilderness, for the sword of Yahweh shall devour from one end of the land even to the other end. No flesh shall have peace." Now, the word that's translated Lord in most versions of the Bible in all caps is actually the word that's Yahweh in Hebrew. And that word is, while it's generally understood to be a proper name for the Godhead, it actually is a participle, which means that which is, continues to be, and will continue to be. What always has been must continue. And it's basically a participle of the isness, right? But it's referring to really the concept that what you put out is what you get back. And that's what the sword of Yahweh represents here. It's saying, they have sown wheat, but they shall reap thorns. They have put themselves to pain, but shall not profit. And they shall be ashamed of your revenues because of the fierce anger of Yahweh. That means that this vengeance, like, they have sown seeds of corruption. So it is going to come back upon them. But look at how. Thus saith Yahweh against all my evil neighbors that touch the inheritance which I have caused my people Israel to inherit. Now we apply this today, of course, not historically. I'm not discrediting the historical relevance. Whatever you think of that story is fine for you. But in our application of understanding this on an inner dimension, on a trans-dimensional, transformative, higher dimensional realm, we can see that this is just how you put out is what you get back. And when you touch certain higher dimensional concepts, as in how the world works, when you pervert justice, when you pervert information to the ends that whole community, whole nations, and literally right now the whole world is basically manipulated into doing things that they wouldn't be doing in the first place. Behold, I will pluck them out of their land and pluck out the house of Judah from among them. So these people who have perverted justice, especially in Judah, right, in Jerusalem, the house where Yahweh was supposed to dwell, that is where the absolute justice is coming down on. And it shall come to pass, after that I have plucked them out, I will return and have compassion on them, and will bring them again, every man to his heritage and every man to his own land. That means that once this is resolved, because it is resolving, it's only through exposure that corruption can be rooted out, and we will be reinstituted to a much more whole society. And it shall come to pass, if they will diligently learn the ways of my people, to swear by my name, Yahweh who lives, which again refers to the cyclical nature of seed time and harvest. What you put out is what you get back. As you do to your neighbor, so shall it be done to you. This is the God of divine justice. It's not a personal God. And he goes on to clarify, as they taught my people to swear by Baal. Baal refers to, of course, the general term used to describe idols in the Old Testament paradigm. Idols are just masks that people put on the supreme infinite source that cannot be personified, that cannot be named, that cannot be embodied in physical form. So when you do embody it in physical form, you're not putting limits on God, so to say. You're actually just putting limits on your perception of God, and by doing so, you're going to be putting limits on how you experience that power and relevance in your own life. So we got to take those, take off those veils, and we want to see source for who and what power it fully embodies, so that we can really realize that in totality in our own life experience. Then shall they be built in the midst of my people. But if they will not obey, I will utterly pluck them up and destroy that nation, says Yahweh. Again, Yahweh, the concept that is representing cyclical justice. What you put out is what you get back. So while it might look like evil is flourishing, and we might be crying out, just like Jeremiah was saying, how long? How long is the earth going to suffer under this totalitarianism and just manipulation and blatant disregard, you know, for any semblance of justice, any semblance of integrity, right? We see that what has already been set forth in motion is this law of seed time and harvest. As there's day, there has to be night, right? It's a pendulum swinging, and that pendulum has to swing back. divine justice is inevitable. So just know that this game is unfolding. We are seeing a total exposure of all the corruption, you know, and we have to see it being exposed so that it's rooted out. Keep the faith, stay positive, stay patient, and do whatever inner work you can in the meantime so that when the new world is revealed, we are in the state where we can actually grow in that full awareness that Source is trying to beam into us, into each of us, because we all are connected. We all have that divine spark of life, of awareness, and we can tune in and really realize that right now and really step into our power as this game unfolds. So I'll see you in the next video. I love you guys. Agape, Salaam, Namaste.